Hey everybody, and I'm Uncle Endor here, and welcome to another episode of Series Summary. This time we're covering Gotham Season 2. I like the second half. Yeah, like, the first half, the Theo Gallivan arc, I really did not care for because I don't like Theo Gallivan. I do not like him as a character. He's not an interesting character. Honestly, the first three episodes where I think it might have been 4 episodes. First 3 or 4 episodes where we actually had a lot of these psychos escape Arkham, and they all teamed up and everything. Including the young Joker. Like, when we had that was amazing. That was amazing, and yeah, I think it went downhill after that. After those first 4 episodes, everything just kind of went downhill. And then after Theo was killed, it started to pick back up. It finally started to pick back up after that, and we got Hugo Strange, and Hugo Strange was a much better villain, though I feel like he was kind of restricted. We weren't able to see the full psychoticness of Doctor Strange. We weren't able to fully experience that, which is a shame. Hopefully in Season 3 we'll get more of that, because he seemed kind of subdued this season. In the second season, he didn't really have much of a presence. To be honest, his assistant, Miss Peabody, had more screen time than him, I feel. He didn't really do much. He just kind of sat there, looked confident, and smiled whenever a creation was successful. That's about it. So yeah, there's really not much I can say. Again, it's hard to talk about shows like Flash and Gotham and Supergirl, because it's hard to talk about shows like those because they're still starting off. Where Legends of Tomorrow started off incredibly strong. So there's plenty I can talk about there. Flash, Gotham, and Supergirl, none of them started off that strong. Now, Gotham did a slightly better job than Flash or Supergirl did, and Flash did a better job than Supergirl, but there's still not much to talk about because they're trying to find their groove. These shows are still trying to find their groove. And so it's just, until they find their groove, it's just hard to talk about them. It looks like Season 3 of Gotham, it looks like they're gonna find their groove with this coming season. I hope so. That way I'll have plenty to talk about once it's over. But Season 2, I was originally going to split this up into 2 videos. Gotham Season 2 Part 1 and Gotham Season 2 Part 2, seeing as how it was split up into 2 arcs. But, again, there's not much to talk about with Season 2. because they're still trying to find their footing. They're still trying to really figure out what they're going to do with this series. And I think they're going to find that in Season 3. For Flash, possibly Season 3. For Supergirl, I'm guessing they're going to find it here in Season 2 because they're adding in a ton of villains from her Rogues Gallery and they're bringing in Superman. So I think they're going to find their footing in Season 2 for Supergirl. For Flash, possibly Season 3. It might not be until Season 4 when they find their footing. Hopefully they'll find it in Season 3 because I want Flash to be amazing. I want Flash to be amazing. I love these characters. These characters are amazing, but the story is never amazing for Flash. For Gotham, it has a few amazing characters. Most of them we have not spent enough time with for us to actually care about. The only reason you care about Bruce Wayne is because you know he's going to become Batman later. And the only reason you care about Selina Kyle is because you know she's going to become Catwoman later. Those two kids, we have not gotten enough time with them. Now, we're starting to get that. We were starting to get that in Season 2. But I want more time to actually explore them and their characters, their backstory. I want more time to explore all of this in Season 3. But yeah, as far as Season 2 goes, did not like Theo Gallivan. Did like Hugo Strange. The second arc of the season was definitely a lot better than the first. And I am excited for the next season. But hopefully all of these DC shows finally get their footing with this upcoming season. With Arrow, from what I've been told, I don't watch Arrow. It's the only DC show that I don't. It's the only DC show that I don't actually watch. I watched Season 1. I did not care for it. I did not care for it at all. Season 2 I never watched, but I heard that Season 2 is when Arrow found its footing, and that it's been going strong since Season 2. So hopefully Flash and Gotham will both find its footing here in Season 3, and Supergirl will find its footing in Season 2. Legends of Tomorrow managed to find its footing in the first season. Of course, that's probably also because they brought in a ton of characters from Flash and Arrow, so there wasn't really much to establish in terms of characters, with the exception of Rip Hunter, and Vandal Savage and the Time Masters. Aside from that, everything else had already been established in the previous shows. So, for Gotham, I liked Season 2, but I kind of liked the second half of it more than the first, because I don't like Theo Gallivan. I like the idea of the story in the first half. I just don't like Theo Gallivan. I don't like the way that I don't like the act. No, I don't want to diss the actor. I think it's just the writing, the way that character is written. There's nothing likable. Say what you will about villains, how they're not supposed to be likable, but every villain, especially Batman villains, are written in a way where you can always find something to like about them. For Harley Quinn, it's the fact that she's in love with the Joker, which is astonishing. Who could love the Joker? For the Joker, it's just how crazy he is, and how psychotic and how creepy it is that we never figure out his backstory. So the question of, it always brings up the question, this could happen to me. We don't know how this guy ended up like this. This could happen to anyone. And that's what makes Joker so scary. And yeah, it's just, there's a lot of villains that, especially in Batman, that have likable personalities. or something is likable about them. But with Theo Gallivant, there was nothing you could like about this guy. And I really do believe it was just because of the writing. I hope we get more Hugo Strange. I hope we get more Bruce and Selina in Season 3. And I want to see more villains. I want to see a large focus on the actual supervillains. I don't want to see the Court of Owls come in this season. I save that for Season 4. Please. Save it for Season 4, and you can do the Court of Owls. But this season, I want the focus to be the supervillains. The supervillains and establishing more stuff with Hugo Strange, with Bruce and Selina. I want all this stuff to happen. So, that's it. That's all I got. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Please let me know in the comment box below. Do you like the first half of Season 2? Do you like Theo Gallivant? What are your thoughts on Hugo Strange? Let me know in the comment box below. I'd love to have conversations with you guys, and I will see you guys in the next video. Alright, take care everyone.